It is now my pleasure to introduce our student speaker, Margaret He. Margaret is from Cupertino, California, and is graduating with a Bachelor of Arts Science degree in computer science and philosophy. While balancing her schoolwork, she worked as a dance and gymnastics coach for the City of Davis and is currently also a member services attendant for the UC Davis Athletics and Recreation Center gym facility. Since her sophomore year, she has interned as a computer programmer for the UC Department of Pharmacology, working with graduate students and professors alike to research the causes and early symptoms of cardiac arrest using graphics and Python programming. Aside from working, studying, and interning, she has also been on the UC Davis Club gymnastic team for 4 years and was twice selected to compete on the UC Davis Nationals team. In her spare time, I don't know how she has any, she likes doing community service with her sorority, Alpha Chi Omega, to raise money for a women and children's shelter called Empower YOLO. Because she loves school so much, she will be returning in the fall to take more classes and will be continuing her service to Empower YOLO by volunteering at the shelter weekly to provide support and legal advocacy to victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, and child abuse. After her time at UC Davis, she plans to work as a software engineer working in the fields of bioinformatics and artificial intelligence to help make an impact on society. Welcome, Margaret.
Thank you, Dean Spiller. Welcome, Chancellor Hexter, distinguished faculty, families, and of course, a warm welcome to the graduating class of 2017. And surprise, Mom and Dad, I told you my commencement wouldn't be too boring. I want to thank you all for coming here today to celebrate the close of a long and strenuous journey that has earned us perhaps one of the most valuable pieces of parchment to exist. But let's look beyond the limits of a certificate that simply states our school and degree. Let us reflect upon the path that has brought us here today, and more importantly, let us reflect upon ourselves. How did we end up here? Perhaps it was chance. After all, chance chooses what race we are, what socioeconomic status we hold, our health condition, who we get to call our families, and what privileges we have or do not have. In other words, chance determines each of our starting points. And frankly, many aspects of our lives are in its control, whether we realize it or not. So, 4 years ago, when I felt absolutely torn between which 2 universities to attend, I decided to let chance choose for me. And so my decision to attend UC Davis was ultimately based on the results of a coin flip. I know you'd probably ask me why I would ever let a quarter determine my future endeavors. Well, I tell you this, life itself is a coin toss. We all came to this school not knowing for certain what to expect. We were given limited instructions during a short orientation and were handed only 3 things to fend for ourselves: a school ID, a bicycle, and a campus map. Sure, the map might have helped us navigate this vast new campus, but to no extent did it assist us in navigating our way through these past 2 to 5 years. As abolitionist and author Frederick Douglass once noted, if there is no struggle, there is no progress. And I am sure that we can all attest to the validity of this statement, whether it was taking back-to-back midterms and finals after having little to no sleep, biking in the pouring rain to get to class, or working 25+ hours a week as a full-time student to cover the insanely expensive costs of a college education. I think we can all agree that the road we chose was not an easy one. But with overcoming adversities came growth, and we learned to be autonomous. Did we dare answer a question in front of a 200-person lecture hall? Could we develop enough confidence to ask our seemingly cold professor for a research position? And would we ever be brave enough to go beyond the limits of our comfort zone? The answer is yes. In fact, we were often so busy and focused on balancing school, work, internships, research, sports, and relationships that many of us have actually overlooked the amount of growth we gained during these past few years here. Not only have we survived the storm of 2014 and an unprecedented smart site shutdown, I think we've also become stronger, more refined, and I would like to think more aware. We've come a long way, to say the least, and if we were talking miles, according to my calculations, we've each biked an approximate total distance of 2,310 miles, which in retrospect could get us to Ohio, which is frankly scary. Now, if there is any epiphany we should take back from our time here at UC Davis, it's this. We may not have all come from the same background or upbringing, or experienced the same privileges in life, but we are all seated here today in cap and gown because we refuse to let our different starting points shorten our destinations. So, take it from me, don't let a quarter make your decisions for you, because the reality is that you have the control to make changes in your life, regardless of where you start. And no amount of luck or chance can surpass sheer diligence and persistence. As I look around this room, I'm so proud to say that each person sitting here today is here because of their own resilience and endeavors. We weren't provided a map instructing us how to survive college, but somehow we managed to navigate the road ourselves. In the wise words of Michael Jackson, I challenge you all to ask yourselves what kind of person you want to see in the mirror years after you have graduated. Obviously, there is no roadmap telling us how to get there, how to handle the future challenges, pressures, and competition that awaits us outside the safe bubble we've been living in. But given all that we've experienced thus far, we can definitely create our own. So, regardless of whether your next step is going into graduate or professional school, accepting a full-time employment position, or taking a gap year to prepare you for what's coming next, just remember that leaving undergrad does not mark the end of your growth, but only embarks the beginning. Congratulations, class of 2017, we did it.